It is time. The wait is finally over because today we're going to be going through part 2 of my Premier League team of the season. It's the exciting bit. It's the one everyone cares about, the attackers and the midfielders. But who has made my selection? Who do I believe has gone above and beyond to get their team to the next level? We're going to be going through it right now. But before we do, please like the video and subscribe. It really would mean a lot to me. And now, let's discuss part 2 of my Premier League team of the season. Midfield is up next, and this one is probably going to be a little bit more difficult, but hey, here we are. This is why we do it. So, we have our players, and they are Mitoma, Partey, Rodri, De Bruyne. Starting with Mitoma, I just think he's been brilliant for Brighton. I think especially down that left-hand side, he's so good with the ball at his feet, but at the same time he's also willing to track back. His tackling stats for a left winger or a left-sided player is through the roof. He is unbelievably great. And when you think about the fact that this is his first season in the Premier League, and combined with the fact that he's getting into this great playing Brighton side, I don't think that you can really look past him. Perhaps there are some other players with some better stats, perhaps, but when you look at him and you look at the way he dribbles with the ball, you look at his positioning, you look at his dynamism going at players, and the kid's a sensation. I don't think he's a kid, I think he's 25 years old, but you get my point. He's absolutely unreal, and for me, has to make this team of the season. Moving forward into this midfield, we have Thomas Partey. Everything that Arsenal do well, I think, has come through Thomas Partey. When you think about him defensively, he's that rock, he's that pivot just in front of the back four that shuffles across and makes sure nothing gets to them. When you think about Arsenal's defensive capabilities, yes, Saliba is brilliant, yes, Gabriel does a very good job, yes, Zinchenko comes into midfield to make Arsenal that little bit more stable in the midfield. However, Thomas Partey does so much tracking back and he does so much shuffling across to make sure that the ball doesn't actually even get to the back four. He's had a great season, and one thing that I really like from him is his ability to really pass through the lines. He has penetrating passes which go vertically so far, and it just helps to open up this Arsenal attack. When you think about the Arsenal players going forwards, they have to receive the ball from somewhere, and generally that place is Thomas Partey. Defensively, he's been great. Offensively, getting the team moving forward is great, and he also comes up with some clutch goals here and there as well. Thomas Partey definitely makes this list for me. Rodri is another sensation in my opinion. He has the ball at his feet and everything seems calm. He can receive it anywhere, he can make sure that there's a switch of play, he can make sure that there is a up in tempo, he controls the tempo from the game, and he understands where his teammates are at all times. Defensively, he's very good, he's very shrewd as well. We all know about his little tackles that he does on the centre circle, or perhaps just that little bit deeper. He knows how to win a foul, he knows how to get the job done, and I think he's been Man City's best player, or one of their best players by quite some distance. If they didn't have him, they'd have some serious problems, and that says quite a lot when you're talking about Pep Guardiola. And I think he's that actual linchpin. He's not necessarily as good as Sergio Busquets, but when you think about the way that he really sets the tempo, sets the tone, and makes sure the team keeps on ticking, he's very, very Busquets-like. Kevin De Bruyne is just unreal, really, isn't he? I mean, when you think about the amount of goals and assists he has, and when you think about the dynamism he has going forwards, I'm particularly thinking about the game that Manchester City had against Arsenal in the Premier League at the Etihad, and that goal that he had where he picked up the ball and then immediately drove inside towards the Arsenal centre-backs. He's very, very fast. He's brilliant with the ball at his feet, and he's got a fantastic shot. He is probably the most complete midfielder in the world today, in my opinion. I just think he's absolutely unreal, and he's one of the reasons why this Man City side are so feared. Now let's have a look at that second line of four. We have Ilkay Gundogan, Palhinha, Odegaard and Alexis McAllister. Let's start off with McAllister, because when Argentina won the World Cup, I think people started to actually properly notice him, and he's definitely improved in his performances at Brighton. That being said, he's really upped his game since coming back into the Premier League following the World Cup. I've been very, very impressed with him, with the way he's able to pick up pockets of space, pick up the ball at his feet, and then able to drive or to make good passes. His stats don't exactly overwhelm you. However, When you think about the way that he plays in this Brighton side and the pivotal positions that he picks up to allow this Brighton side to tick, he definitely has a great football intelligence, and I expect a whole lot more from him next season. Unfortunately for Brighton, though, I don't think he's going to be there. Moving on, we have Martin Odegaard, who is just a sensation, really, isn't he? We knew that he was going to be great when he burst on the scene so many years ago for Real Madrid. He signed for Real Madrid at such a young age. He's captained Norway at such a young age as well. He's just great. And really, he is the attacking linchpin for Arsenal going forwards, isn't he? Without him in the side, you feel like there's a disconnect between the defence and the attack. Thomas Partey is the defensive linchpin, but Martin Odegaard is the player that really allows them to go forward. It really just makes them tick. You think about him on this right hand side, but also being able to shift play over to this left hand side. He's got such a good footballing brain on him, and as well, he's got a lot of goals to make up for it as well. He's just great. Speaking of great players, but on a different level, Palhinha is probably the best central defensive midfielder in the league. Genuinely. He's better than Rodri, I think, at tackling. He's better than Thomas Partey, probably reading certain passages of play. And the things that he's done for Fulham this season is just fantastic. Fulham have started to drop off of late, but when they were having their real purple patch and they were really going through teams, literally blitzing through them, Palhinha was the main defensive linchpin that allowed them to do all of that. He's so impressive, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a move away from Fulham in the next couple of years, because the way he reads the game is so great. He is definitely one to watch, and if you don't have him in your Premier League team of the season, I've got to know why, because he's great. İlkay Gündoğan is a fantastic midfielder, and I actually think he goes unnoticed quite a lot of the time, especially with the players like Rodri, like De Bruyne, like Bernardo Silva. I could go on, but Gündoğan would be a pick for me in nearly every single team because of his intelligence. He understands how to move through midfield. He understands where he needs to be. And also, he's not bad with the ball at his feet either. He's so smart. And considering the fact that he's 32 years old, I think a lot of people write him off. He's not bad at all. He's not slow. He understands where people need to be. His weight of pass is sensational. People, I cannot overemphasize how important the weight of a pass needs to be in any team, let alone this kind of Manchester City team, with the way that Pep Guardiola wants them to go forwards, with the way that passes are so essential, with the way that they're so crucial. The weight of the pass means everything. A move can break down in an instant if the weight of a pass is not correct. İlkay Gündoğan's weight of passing is sublime. And for that reason alone, he is in this team of the season. But it's also for so many other reasons. He's just fantastic. Last but certainly not least, we have the forwards. And yes, it is forwards, it's not strikers, because I wanted to include both wingers or general forwards and strikers of the like. It also allowed me to get more midfielders into the... That's by the by. Strikers, forwards, whatever you want to call them. The people who go and score goals or get assists. Just go with me on this one, okay? We're going to go through this one all together because I think all of these players are fantastic. We're going to be going from back to front. First, though, we've got Mo Salah and we have Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is one of the best young players, but that's doing him a disservice. He's one of the best players in the Premier League. He's probably one of the best young players in the world currently. When you think about the fact that he's got 13 goals and 11 assists at the time of recording, and the season isn't even over yet, he is just unreal. 24 goal contributions, and I think he's 21 or 22 years old. That's insane. Playing for a very young Arsenal side, he's consistently finding form, and Mikel Arteta has done a very good job at making sure he's in the correct position at the correct time. And it's also down to Bukayo Saka and his footballing brain. He understands when he should be driving at people now. He understands when he should be utilising the offside or blindside runs of Ben White, and then he also links very well with Martin Odegaard. Couple that with the fact that he's very good at crossing, and he's good with the ball at his feet, good with the shot. He can score goals, he can score penalties. The kid's got the lot. He's not a kid, but you know exactly what I'm saying. Bukayo Saka is a phenomenon, honestly. Give the lad a contract. Make him sign it. Keep him there, because he's just playing amazing. As for amazing, even though Liverpool have had probably one of the worst seasons, if not the worst season under Jurgen Klopp, Mohamed Salah has been a revelation. really. Still, he's putting up pretty poor numbers by his standards, but by anyone else's standards, they're having a sensational season. He's got 18 goals at the time of recording and 7 assists. That's 25 goal contributions. 25. When you consider the fact that Liverpool are playing badly, or they've had a bad season, that's insane. People would love that. But Mo Salah is underperforming, believe it or not. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know. Mohamed Salah is unreal, and he's still putting up numbers for this Liverpool side. When they start to hit form properly next season, and when they really start to go for titles again, he's going to be upping those numbers. It's going to be very, very scary for the rest of the league. Moving on forwards now, we have Harry Kane, who has 25 goals for Tottenham this season. I will repeat that because I think that requires something to be said about it. 25 goals for Tottenham Hotspur. This Tottenham Hotspur side, you know, the one that Antonio Conte imploded. The Tottenham Hotspur side that has sacked their interim manager. They've sacked the manager to come in to replace the manager that was previously sacked. It's unreal, and he's got 25 goals, 3 assists, 28 goal contributions. I don't need to say anymore because he's absolutely phenomenal. He's broken the Tottenham Hotspur goal scoring record, and he probably will break that Premier League goal scoring record if he stays in the league and if he stays at Tottenham. And that's my big question to you: will he stay at Tottenham? Let me know, because he's putting up ridiculous numbers considering how bad Tottenham have been. Does he stay there? Does he stay? I'm not so sure. But let's move on and talk about... he's got to be the main man of the Premier League. I mean, if there was a singular award, there is a singular award. But if there was a singular award, surely he's got to be in contention for breaking all records. Erling Haaland has 35 goals this season. 35. I don't mean to... It's just a joke at this point. I think he's got 50 goals or 51 in all competitions. What? This is madness. He's just insane. Erling Haaland... Let me put it into perspective for you. Erling Haaland has more Premier League goals than 4 clubs in the league. Including Chelsea, by the way. Erling Haaland has more goals than Chelsea. And we are 4 or 5 games away from the season ending. Madness. He is by far the best striker in the league this season. He's by far one of the best goal scorers that I have ever seen. And who had the big question mark above his head that Erling Haaland would not make it to the Premier League? Who? I mean, honestly, if there was ever a recipe for guaranteed goals, it would be Erling Haaland in Manchester City. And he's gone and done it. He's broken the Premier League goal scoring record in his first season. He's not even got started yet. And that is terrifying. Erling Haaland finishes up my team of the season, and that is that completed. So, take it all in. Let me know your thoughts. But this is my 2022-23 Premier League team of the season. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as well on your Premier League team of the season. At the end of the day, it's all personal preference, so tell me who you would have. I would love to hear from you, so please get in touch. That's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.